Good morning, and thank you for coming. I'm Cindy Scott. I'm the library director, and I want to welcome you all to our groundbreaking ceremony. We had planned a wonderful event out on the front lawn. Unfortunately, the weather did not cooperate, so we're going to, first of all, have a few comments and speeches in here. Short, we won't take too long. And then we're going to go outside and do the photo opportunity with the shovels and the hard hats. And then we'll come back in and we'll have an opportunity to have some refreshments. And people who don't want to go out into the damp weather while we do the shovel activity can dig right into the refreshments at that point, and we'll come back in and join you. It's also an opportunity for you to talk to all of us, talk to me, talk to staff, talk to people on the various boards and committees that have been involved, and find out more about the whole project. We're so thankful that so many people worked as hard as they did to make this a reality. If I tried to thank everybody who was involved individually, it would take me all day. So I just have to thank you by category. You know who you are. People did big and small things for us in this process, which has spanned many, many years, because we were trying to do a very thoughtful process. So I particularly want to thank town officials, town officers, department heads, staff members for all of their help and effort. And I want to thank various boards and committees, including the foundation, the Friends of the Library. We've had various foundations make donations to us. We've had businesses in town support us, individuals, all the people who voted for the project and came out for various events that we were having. And of course, the library staff. I particularly want to thank the library staff for all of their work, and that is continuing as we move forward, because we still have quite a lot of work to do to move this library more than once. It will be quite the undertaking. So the first thing I'd like to do, our first speaker is going to represent the town for us, and that's Linda Murray, who's chair of the Board of Selectmen. And they were very important in helping to make this project a reality. Linda.
Thank you. I am pleased to be here today on behalf of the Board of Selectmen to celebrate the groundbreaking of a new renovated library. The voters of Wolfeboro made it clear that this is one of Wolfeboro's most significant assets. I want to thank Cindy Scott and the staff that is wandering through the crowd for their dedication, commitment, hard work to see this project to the construction stage. It is impressive to learn that citizens of Wolfeboro are continuing to give money, and funds are still needed in order to make this building able to produce all the energy it will consume. The Board of Selectmen would like to thank the trustees of the library, the directors of the Library Foundation for their dedication and hard work to make this project a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. And next up, we have the president of the foundation. The foundation, everybody on the board worked very, very hard to raise well over $1 million. And that was one of the things I think that really helped to make this project a reality. They continue to work on their efforts to raise more funds, and we cannot thank them enough. So, John Sandine.
This is certainly a great day for Wolfeboro and for the library. This happened through a lot of work, as all of you know. This started over 15 years ago with an effort to do some studies of the library to determine whether the building was sufficient. And it obviously came back and told us it was not sufficient. So there's been 15 years of study and hard work, architectural drawings, studies done, and all of that comes to not really the completion today, because this is just the beginning of construction. The other thing that happened is that 7 years ago, we decided that a foundation was needed to raise the funds for this library. And so 7 years of work on the foundation produced a result of $1.3 million for the library and helped all of the citizens. So we on the foundation board would like to thank all of you, hundreds of donors who contributed to that total. And we want to thank the Wolfeboro voters, because the voters then took up that task and said, yay, 78% of the Wolfeboro voters said this was an important asset for the community. I want to thank the selectmen for their hard work. They've been supportive of this effort and of our fundraising efforts constantly. I want to thank the Budget Committee, the Planning Committee, the library staff, and the hardworking members of the Foundation Board. As Cindy indicated, we're still raising funds for the energy efficiency of the library. But the good news is that we have $76,000 in hand to increase the energy efficiency of the library, enough so that solar can take over the whole cost of running the electricity in the library. In other words, the first net zero library in New Hampshire. So let the construction begin.
Thank you, John. Next, we have the Friends of the Library, who have supported us for many, many years, for decades, in mostly small ways, though in recent years they've done a number of bigger projects, including over $30,000 in technology upgrades grants to the library. So they are busy thinking about what they're going to do for us as we head toward opening the new building, and they will continue to support us years into the future. I'm sure they're very active Friends group, which many libraries don't have. So I have the president of the Friends, Nancy Giardini, here to say a few words.
Welcome to you all. I'm really happy to be here on this special, special day, and want to let you know that our work is just beginning. Our goal is to do a lot more in technology, as things change every day and we need to keep up with it, and also in furniture. In order to do that, we need lots of friends. So we have a goal of 50 new members. Over there you can see we have a little poster with how many we have so far, which is 33, and we would like 50. So, or if you have not come back to us, we have our envelopes over there. It's only $10, and look what you're doing for the library. So please join us and be friends, and thank you all for your vote and all your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. And last but not least, we have Candy Thayer, who has been the chair of the building committee for many years and is currently the treasurer for the Board of Trustees, and she has been on the Board of Trustees since before I started working here. So she has been involved in this project many, many years, and I'm thrilled that it's finally coming to fruition after all of the effort that she has put in. So, Candy Thayer.
Good morning. Well, as John said, we've been at this for a very long time, so I'm going to give you a little chronology. We did our first official study in 2008, and we had been working on it for some years before that, just trying to think about what we needed to identify. Then we purchased the adjacent lot in December 2009. Studies with architects were done in 2010 and 2014. Through public input sessions and appearing before CIP every year, we learned a lot. We had a lot of help from Public Works Director Dave Ford and former town planner Rob Hausman, always very, very helpful in getting us to where we needed to be. In 2016, the town wanted us to work with a construction management structure, so we did an RFP for proposals and chose LaValle Brenziger Architects and Milestone Engineering. Through all of this, there has been no public money in this project, and that includes the purchase of the land. We've used private money that's been bequeathed and donated to the library. So we've been very fortunate in that regard. This past March, we became one of a handful of libraries in New Hampshire to pass their building project initiative on the first time it was on the ballot. And as John said, we passed with 78% of the vote. The trustees, foundation, and friends ran good campaigns, but the true reason we passed so significantly is due to our library director, Cindy Scott, and the staff, the library staff. They deliver excellent services, develop vibrant collections of library materials, and host a variety of interesting, entertaining, and educational programs. The Wolfeboro Public Library is truly the town's living room. I have one more very exciting thing to share with you, which John has spoken about a little bit. On Monday of this week, the building committee approved energy efficiency materials utilizing money raised by the foundation for this purpose. And as John said, we will be building the first net zero library in the state of New Hampshire. It's been a long haul, but we took our time, paid attention, and tried a lot of ideas. I think we've really nailed it with this design. It's just terrific. So much meeting space, just all kinds of things. This building is going to open up so many possibilities for Wolfeboro. And this is just, it's been a wonderful experience. It truly has. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Candy. So at this point, I want to point out, let's see, we have Milestone Engineering, who's our construction company.
Fill your shovels. There you go. All right,